Hey guys, it's Samantha and I'm back with another homemade dog food recipe for you. This week I have a dog food that you can really customize for your dog's needs. I'm using chicken, but you can use any protein that you want. The actual recipe that I have calls for ground turkey, but if you live somewhere where you hunt, you can use venison or wild game. You could use beef if you wanted to. Some dogs their stomachs are sensitive to the more common protein sources like chicken and beef. So you can use anything that works for your dog. If your dog prefers duck or something like that that's a little less common, you can always try that. Goat meat works, any kind of high quality protein that you want. Chloe is right down here. I know you can't see her, but she smells what I'm cooking, so she is patiently waiting down there. Okay, so I've already cooked the chicken. So what you want to do first is you take 1 pound of whatever meat that you're using, whether it's chicken like I am or ground turkey or anything else. You're going to brown it up in a skillet. I usually, because the high quality meats that you're going to use like chicken, goat, any wild meat, they're very lean meats. So I usually put just a little bit of canola oil in the bottom of the pan just so it doesn't stick. Brown it up. And then what you want to do in a saucepan, I already have 4 cups of water in here. So you put your 4 cups of water, you're going to add this is my already cooked chicken, so you're going to add that in there. Don't worry about any of the juices that are in there as the chicken cooks. That broth that it makes as it cooks can go right in there as well. Put that all in there. And then I have already measured out 2 cups of brown rice. Again, you can use any kind of rice. Brown rice is the best and the healthiest choice, so I use brown rice. So I'm going to add that in there with my 4 cups of water, and you're going to mix it around. And now what you're going to do is bring this to a boil. And once it boils, you are going to cover it and let it simmer for 10 or 15 minutes until the rice is soft. You'll know when the rice is cooked. If you've ever cooked rice before, it doesn't take very long once the water is boiling. So just mix that around and then go ahead and boil that for 15 minutes. I'm going to put my cover on, and with the power of video magic, I will be back in just a second once that step is done. Okay, so I went ahead and switched to a bigger pot because I didn't have enough room in that little saucepan for the rest of the ingredients that we're going to have to add. So anyway, I have the chicken in the rice, and the water was in here. It cooked for about 15 minutes. The rice is nice and soft now, so we can go ahead with our recipe. And what you want to do now is I've measured out 1 cup of chopped carrots. And underneath here is also 1 cup of chopped green beans. So I'm going to go ahead and dump those in now. And we'll mix that all around. Now, this is another area that you could substitute if you want to. There are a lot of vegetables that are really great for dogs. So if you wanted to switch, if your dog doesn't particularly like carrots or doesn't like green beans, or you don't have any, if they're not in season. I live in Maine, so in the winter months, when nobody's gardening and things like that, it's harder to get some of the fresh produce. You can buy it in stores, but a lot of times it's a lot more expensive. So if you want to substitute for something that's in season, just make sure that it's good for dogs. There are tons of fruits and vegetables that are healthy for dogs, so you can throw some other vegetables, peas, or anything else that's really good for canines. You can put in there, add 2 cups of chopped vegetables. I chose carrots and green beans. And then you're going to cover it again and let it simmer for another 10 or 15 minutes until the vegetables are soft. And then your recipe is done. So I'm going to go ahead and let this cook, and we'll take a little break. Obviously, you're also going to want to let it cool. You're not going to want to take it right off the stove and give it to your dog. So you cook this, you let it simmer for a few more minutes until those wet vegetables are soft, and then you can let it cool for a little while and feed it to your dog right away. You can also put the leftovers, obviously, as you can tell. I'm going to show you how much is in this pot and what it looks like up close. It's the rice, the chicken, the green beans, and the carrots, so it looks really healthy. Technically, you could eat it if you want to, because this is all human grade. I'm gonna just grab a cover for that pot. And that'll start simmering. So anyway, instead of taking a break, I guess, and showing you what the finished product looks like, the finished product looks just like that, except for the vegetables are soft. So you can let that cool, feed it to your dog immediately. Leftovers can go in the fridge for about a week, and you just want to make sure that you seal those in an airtight container. What I usually do is portion it out. So if I give my dog a cup and a half of food, I portion it into a cup and a half sizes and then put it in the fridge, so that when I'm ready, I just heat it in the microwave for about 30 seconds, mix it up to make sure there's not any hot spots, and then I can feed it to my dogs right away. So if you wanted to, on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon, you could cook up enough dog food to feed your dog throughout the week, put it in the refrigerator, portion it out, and then you're good to go all week long. So it does take more time to make homemade dog food, of course, compared to kibble, where you can just scoop it out and dump it in the bowl, but it's so much healthier for your dogs. You can buy ingredients as healthy as you want. So for example, I use some free-range organic chicken that actually came from a lady right here in our local town who raises chickens and sells that meat. The vegetables that I got came from a farmer's market. Those are organic as well. So if it fits into your budget, you can buy as healthy of quality ingredients as you want to. Now, the healthier you get, for whatever reason, when you start taking things away, taking out the chemicals and the toxins that are in food, and the processing, the foods do get more expensive. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but it is the way it is. So if you can't afford free-range, high-quality proteins, buy the best products that you can afford, and your dog foods, 100% I know what's in here. There is chicken, there's water, there's rice, there's carrots, and there's green beans. Now, I chose to use just a little bit of canola oil when cooking the chicken, and I also wanted to mention to you guys, I add just a couple of pumps, actually I can do it right now while it's simmering, of fish oil to my dog's food. Fish oil is ideal for brain health, the immune system, healthy skin and coat. It has a lot of really great benefits. So I add that when I make my dog's food. You can add supplements to it if your dog needs supplements. Really, it's important to just work with your vet, find out what your dog needs, what his nutritional needs are, and make food that's going to meet those needs. So if your dog's diabetic, if he has a grain allergy, you can do all of those things in the foods that you make for him. But I do strongly recommend speaking with your veterinarian or a canine nutritionist before you make homemade food. I make this food to fit my dog's nutritional needs, but your dogs may not have the same nutritional needs. You want to make sure that he's getting enough protein and he's getting enough of those vitamins and minerals that his body needs, or you're going to have some major health problems in the future. So consult with your vet, consult with a canine nutritionist if one is available to you. But this is a great healthy recipe. Of course, you can tweak it if your dog needs higher protein, and say like substitute some of the rice for some more protein, or add some supplements and things like that. For your own dog. So if you have any comments, questions, concerns, make sure to leave those for me and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you have any specific recipes or some dietary guidelines that you're working with and you'd like to find some recipes for that, go ahead and leave a comment, let me know, and I will do my best to find those and see what I can do for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe, and I will see you next week with a recipe for chicken jerky dog treats. Thanks, guys.